Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Hammel Outdoors. Today we're trying out a new lake in the metro, as you can see by the title or thumbnail. I'm not sure what the title or thumbnail, but I'm sure it's going to be something about the metro lake. This lake here has the typical bluegills, crappies, perch. There's also rumors of walleyes. I'm not 100% sure on that, so maybe we'll catch a walleye. There's muskie, which that is doubtful to catch through the ice. Maybe we could catch one. I've never caught a muskie before, let alone through the ice, but hey, that'd be really sweet if we could. And of course, there's northern pike in here as well. So I'm going to bomb around a little bit, maybe target a little bit of everything and see what we can get going. I'm, like I said, I've never fished this body while they're ice fishing. I have fished it, bass fishing a handful of times with the old skeeter, but as far as with my otter and the old four-wheeler, I have not fished it then. Even just hole hopping around, nothing. I shouldn't say this, but I don't dabble in that much of metro fishing, you know, like Minnetonka, bigger lakes, etc. And so I just figured, what the heck? It was, it's a nice day out. It's going to be about 35 today. So unfortunately, all that snow on top of the ice is going to turn to slush. So it might get a little interesting. Hopefully we don't get stuck, but if we do, you guys will sure find out. There's a couple drifts on every lake that can be a little trouble. But tag along, it's going to be fun. And I hope you guys enjoy this day's video of Hammel Outdoors. Guys, we're out here. Sorry, I got my GoPro running and it's on my little bendy mount, but I don't know where we're going. I'm thinking maybe looking on my graph here in that 15 to 16 foot range. There is some people straight out to me, but as you know, my way of fishing, I like to stay away from the crowds and try to find those less pressured fish. So tag along. I'm excited to test out this new body of water. Plenty of ice out here, plenty of snowmobiles, pickups, etc. So we should be good to go. And I don't know what we're gonna catch, but that's gonna be exciting. I hope you guys enjoy today's video. As you can tell, I'm excited to fish this new body of water. Maybe it could be one of our... Alright, I found a spot here with some fish on it. They're not overly big. Caught, I don't know, 4 or 5 of them here, all bluegills. To the right of me there was a weed line, so I scanned it on my live scope and then found the separation, and right now I'm sitting on the separation to the deeper water. Then the weed line's about 6 feet behind me here. So I'm just giving this spot, see if there's anything here that would make me stay with a while. I might start shooting kind of towards this bay here, see what happens. Like I said, I would like to get on some of those predator fish. That'd be a blast, because I've done my fair share of pan fishing so far this season, and something different, you know, different fight, of course. So I do have my tip up and a couple shiners along, so if I think there's going to be some pike or walleyes in the area, I will certainly set that up, which I found. Spot number 3. Nice little bluegill. Welcome to the shack, everyone. Once again, this is my brand new Otter XT Pro Lodge. Same shack as my my one that had got wrecked last season. So trying a different angle. Let me drop a comment down below if you guys like it. And then I also have my GoPro on the pole. I'll show you. Oh man, I'm gonna get down there, but have my GoPro right here. Doing kind of at a little different angle. I figured might as well play with some angles while we're set up. It's a gorgeous day out here. I don't really even need my heater, but I figured what the heck. Might as well burn a little bit of propane while we're at it. I've caught a good amount of fish today. Nothing overly crazy. Caught one alright crappie. And I'm hoping that swing and a miss. Hoping we can continue that crappie bite. I love catching crappies. But can't complain about catching fish, right? Forgot to mention I have a tip up to my left behind you guys with about a 2-inch shiner on it. Man, they're just barely nibbling it. I've kind of caught the main 3 panfish today. I caught a little perch, been catching a handful of gills here and there, and then the one crappie. Kind of fishing a weed bed essentially. Fishing about 10 feet. There's weeds around me. I'm sitting in a pocket right now, and so those fish are just kind of coming out of the woodworks to kind of see what's going on. See if we can't call them back here. That was a nice pike for sure. Faux show. This rod's also a little more pike heavy. The rod I just had was my 29-inch Delaware Bay pan sizzler. It's an ultralight, and then this one here is the eyedropper 32-inch medium. This one is considered a walleye rod. That one, of the pan sizzler, of course, is considered a panfish rod. Like I said in the intro, there is walleyes out here supposedly. Which is weird to me because, one, I've never caught them open water. Not saying that I target walleyes, but every now and then if you're throwing a drop shot, you know, deeper weeds or whatever, you run across them. But and then as well as some pike and some muskies. But I've only seen guys catch them open water, the muskies that is. Alright, I think the panfish are back here. So we'll give that guy a rest for now. Then I'm running a RBM 4mm pink with black head, and then a P3 pink scuttlebug, of course. Love me my P3 scuttlebugs. They are juice, son. Oh man, can't see my jig. That's a problem. Aha. No one can see my jig. Not very big at all. Nope. Just a cute little fella. Sorry, bud. That's what we're talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Good eater crappie. He's coming home with me. Just throw him out the door. Open the door where that came from. Once again, was just dozing off and he came up and just whack. It's pretty funny how hard these just little fellers fight. Just a little guy and he... Oh, later, bud. They just fight so dang hard, man. Another crappie. That old boy's going home with me too. Here, friend. Alright guys, and it's noon, so I'm going to pack down the shack here, which shouldn't take me overly long, and I will be moving to a different spot. So I'll talk to you guys then. Camera wasn't rolling, but we got a little Billy bass. Tried getting the camera rolling. I just have my GoPro on my live scope, but little Billy. Alright, I'm gonna go get the big cam. I'm gonna set up here because we're a little bit deeper. I can see my jig fully now and not with weeds. And I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit of why you should go outside your comfort zone with fishing as a whole and going to new lakes specifically. So I'm gonna go grab the wheeler. This body of water, I have only open water fish, never ice fishing. So that just goes to show, I mean, I haven't hammered fish by any means, but we've definitely caught fish. Got a couple keepers through the pail, caught that bass. I'm on 4 or 5 species of the day. So just gain some confidence, go out, fish some bodies of water you never have before, whether if it's open water, ice fishing, fishing from the bank, fishing from a boat, whatever. And you never really know what you might catch. I mean, yeah, you can look up online, you know, that's what I do a lot is I'll go to Lake Will, for example, or Pine Lake or whatever, and I'll type it into Google, try to find the county that it is in, and I will look at the fish species, excuse me. A lot of times the Minnesota DNR website will have a, they'll be like largemouth bass, common or below average size, or etc. So you can go on there as a really good way to try to figure out what type of species are in the lakes near you, as well as just going out and fishing them. So gain some confidence, go out and fish them, and you guys might be surprised. I'm gonna definitely do a lot more of it. You know, I know all of us get locked into a couple lakes that you know fish are gonna be there, but after a while, you know, you go out there for however many times, if you're going out there every day, every weekend, etc., fishing them, you know, some people might get bored of them, and I'm one of those people. You know, I know a couple good bodies of water you can go out and just catch a whole pile of fish, but it's fun to go and experience new fisheries and what different fish are in those fisheries, for sure. So just keep that in mind when you guys are planning your next ice fishing trip in general, and you might be surprised for sure. So just now, when I first came out here, I knew, like, off to my left hand side here, there's a bunch of people. There's a fishing dock there in the summertime that people obviously fish off of. It's right on the main channel going to the access where you park your trailer. And see, with me is I don't like fishing herds of people like that, or crowds, excuse me, not herds. Moo. But as you guys know, especially me, if you guys are, especially when I'm out on Mille Lacs, I try to get as far away from people as I can, because to me those fish seem like they're going to be less pressured and more willing to bite. Sometimes that's not always true, but about 50-50, you know. Sometimes the fish are just going to go right by on your screen, and that's that. But just try to go out, get away from people, look at your sonars, trust what your thoughts are. Like out here with my live scope, you can do something very similar with a Vexlar, flasher, helix, etc. You can go drill a hole, go look at your map, drill a hole, and I shouldn't get too specific in water depths, but drill a hole in, I don't know, whatever depth you want that you think weeds are going to be, especially for panfish. Look at there. I wouldn't recommend setting up directly on top of that pocket of weeds. I would push outside the weed line. That first spot that I'd fished this morning, that is what I did. I scanned on my live scope where that weed line was, and I fished about 3 feet off of that, and you try to coax them fish out of that weed line into biting. So that's just because fish in the wintertime use weed lines as kind of like a highway in a sense. You know, all that bait, all that food is there, the minnows, etc., small bait fish, and they come out and eat those fish. And then if you're set up on the outside of them with a tip-up jig and etc., you're more prone to catch those fish. That's the kind of a little tip what I do when I'm kind of diagnosing, breaking down spots. And I don't know, to me, I only spend, oh, this is kind of a touchy subject, but I only spend about probably half hour to 45 minutes on each spot if I don't get anything, or quite what I'm looking for, I'll move on, especially out on like a bigger body of water like Mille Lacs. You know, there's so much water to cover, and if you get too tangled up and burn some pointless hours on a spot, then you're kind of wasting your day. But now, I don't want to step on anybody's toes saying that. If you want to sit on one spot all day and catch fish, knock yourself out. But just as me and kind of the way that I like to fish, running and gunning as some will call it, I like always being on the move. That's what's nice. One really nice thing about the flip is if you want to, on a day like today when the snow is all slushy like this and you don't want to get your bibs wet, nice, I got rid of my snow. But my bibs are absolutely soaked right now, but just wanted to stretch the legs a little bit. I didn't bring a chair because it's just one more thing to pack in and out, so I just take the cover off the flip a little bit, pop a chair up, drill a couple holes, and you're fishing. So just a couple more tips when you guys are out exploring these new bodies of water. Remember, have confidence in the baits that you are using. Look at your weed lines, follow your graphs, flashers, etc., and I guarantee you, you will catch fish. They might not be the species that you want to, but I can guarantee you, you will catch fish. If you take those three things, remember, always have confidence in your bait. I talk about this a lot in the summertime, about how a lot of people give me a hard time for only, especially for drop shot fishing, I have like 4 or 5 baits that I know on multiple different lakes, on multiple different platforms, varieties, etc., that they will produce fish. Now, that being said, is I'm confident in those 5 baits. So if don't get me wrong, I do go out and buy different baits and test them, but when I'm like pre-fishing for a tournament, gonna go film a big video, or just taking people out fishing, you know, my buddy, my family members, etc., I usually throw those couple baits to gain confidence and catch fish. Sorry, I'm kind of going on a tangent here. Just had a fish swim up and back down. Dang it. See if I can coax him into bite here. But that's what I was saying, is you'll mark fish. It's frustrating as heck. A lot of people ask me how I like my live scope. I love it. It's a great unit. Has a lot of issues, and you can see fish that are big that swim right past your bait. All right, enough on my tangent. Remember, be confident, be safe, of course, and follow your sonar and your mapping. All right. If you guys haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. If you are new around here, we are trying to grow the channel into something big someday, and that truly helps me, and it gets my numbers up, etc. So I don't know what's left going to be in this video, but I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'm going to get back to fishing here. I don't know what this is. Oh, it's just a little Billy. Sorry for the camera angle, guys. Seeing him come across, and I thought that was gonna be a pike or something. I think this is another bass. Oh no, my bad. Just another bluegill that just peed on me. No. Okay, back to the truck we go. I'm gonna call her a day here. Let's roll. Got you on my handlebars. Woohoo! Just ripping. Just got back to the pickup here, got everything loaded, ready to hit the road. Today was a pretty good day, I'd say. We landed a bunch of fish, nothing overly crazy other than them couple crappies, caught a couple small bass. Didn't run across any pike, muskie, or walleyes, but I kind of knew that coming in. Maybe we would have a shot at a pike, but muskie and walleyes, they're up and down in this lake. They come, they go, etc. So if you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button. I really hope everybody enjoyed this video, and as well, I really hope everybody had a safe and happy New Year's, and as well as Christmas. Christmas is already passed. New Year's is coming up on this weekend. I don't know when you guys will see this video, but happy holidays to everybody, and I hope you guys are getting out there and doing a little bit of fishing and enjoying the great outdoors, of course. Remember, keep chasing the dream, one fish at a time. And that's all I got for you guys.